Good afternoon students, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to learn about polar coordinates. So this is a very important topic in higher mathematics. So I would request everyone to watch this video till end, and if you all have any difficulty then you all can ask your doubts in the comment section, and if you like my video then to please press a like button. So now let's begin with the video. So now before going to polar coordinates, let us see what happens in the coordinate system. Okay, so now in coordinate system we locate a point P. Okay, we locate a point P by finding its distance from the two perpendicular axes, that is the x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so this is y-axis and this is x-axis. Now suppose if we want to represent a point P in this coordinate system, what we do, we find the distance of this point P from the x-axis and along the y-axis, and we write x comma y. So in coordinate system this is the way to represent a point, and the representation of this point P in the coordinate system is unique. Now let us see how to represent a point in polar coordinate system. Okay, so now there are using two ways we represent a point P in the polar coordinate system, that is, okay, so first I will write here polar coordinate. Okay, so now using two ways we represent a point P in the polar coordinate system, that is, first is the distance. Okay, but the distance from a fixed point, okay, distance from a fixed point, we call it as a r, and second is by direction from a fixed line, that we call it as a theta. Okay, now in coordinate system also we represent a point P by using two conditions, that is a distance from x-axis and a distance from y-axis, and we write it as P x comma y. In polar coordinate system also we represent a point P by using two things, that is distance from a fixed point, we call it as a r, and direction from a fixed line, we call it as a theta. Now let us see the meaning of both these two diagrammatically. Okay, so now suppose we have a fixed point. Okay, this is our fixed point O. Okay, we call this point O as a pole. Okay, this is the point O, we call it as a pole, and from O we draw a straight line OX. Okay, we call it as a initial line or polar axis. Okay, so this OX we call it as a initial line or polar axis. Okay, so now from here, from distance from a fixed point, this O is a fixed point, so now suppose if we have a point P here, then the distance from a fixed point to P we call it as a r. Okay, and the direction, this is our fixed line. Okay, and the direction from a fixed line to this OP, that is theta. So both these, using both these we can get the position of a point P in the polar coordinate system. Okay, now this OP which is equal to r, we call it as a radius vector, and this angle XOP which is equal to theta, we call it as a vectorial we call it as a vectorial angle. Okay, and this ordered pairs, that is r comma theta, these ordered pairs are known as the polar coordinates of point P. Okay, so I hope you all have understood the difference between how to represent a point in the coordinate system and in the polar coordinates, and how in coordinate system how the point is represented using the two criteria, that is the distance from x-axis and distance from y-axis, and in polar coordinates we look at the distance from a fixed point O and the direction from the fixed line, that is theta. Okay, so now under this we have 4 remarks, very important. Okay, so now the first note is that when to take the radius vector r positive and when to take it negative. Okay, so now radius vector, okay, so radius vector r to take positive. Okay, so now suppose here if you have a fixed point O and this is our fixed straight line x, and here we have a point P. Okay, this is r and this is theta, it's in the direction of this radius vector. So when you have your vectorial angle going in the direction of this radius vector, that time you have to take the radius vector r positive, and this will be theta. Now suppose if you have one more point here, okay, it is known as P dash, okay, and it is also at the distance of r. Okay, but here the angle is in the direction of this OP. Okay, so therefore here we are taking it as r comma theta, and here this will be minus r comma theta, because the vectorial angle is in the direction of this radius vector and not in the direction of this radius vector. Therefore we have to take this radius of this point P dash equal to minus r comma theta. Okay, so this point you have to keep in mind. And the second one is when to take the vectorial angle. Okay, that is the vectorial angle. Okay, when to take the vectorial angle theta is equal to positive. Okay, so the same way. Okay, so now if your angle theta is in the anti-clockwise direction, okay, suppose if your angle theta is in anti-clockwise direction, then you have to take it as a positive, and suppose it is in the clockwise direction, then you have to take it as a negative. Okay, so and the third point is that in coordinate system we have seen that the point P is unique, but in polar coordinates this point P, okay, so this point P, representation of this point P is not unique. Okay, it can be also represented in other ways. Okay, so these 3 points we have to keep in mind, that when radius vector is positive, when it is negative, when the vectorial angle is positive, negative, and the third thing is that the point P, the representation of a point P in polar coordinate is not unique. Okay, so in the next video we are going to see the relation between the polar coordinates and the Cartesian coordinates, that is in the coordinate system. So if you like my video, then please press like button. Okay, and if you all have not subscribed to my channel, then please press the subscribe button to get more videos like this. Okay, so thank you so much, keep watching my videos.